Okay, who can agree that there is just something so encouraging and inspiring about somebody running their race, like running full out their race? This has been something that has appeared over and over again, obviously throughout my whole life, because there's just constantly people running their race, doing it passionately, doing like they're all in on it. It's just amazing. Well, today I went to the ear doctor. For those who don't know, I had like a mastoid of the ear, something extravagant. Basically, it was explained to me like it's kind of like a cancer in the ear, where if it's not taken care of, it can go into the brain and attack. And so this was found out when I was 16. I've had 3 surgeries now on my ears, reconstructive surgeries done, and it has made a huge difference. But the reality is I had a lot of hearing loss. So more recently I have gotten hearing aids, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, hearing aids, how do you feel about that? Does it make you feel old? And I was like, no, it makes me feel like I'm gonna be able to hear, like kind of like when you get glasses, you feel like, okay, I can see. Like, I don't know, I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think the big deal was the expense of it, but you know, we put our money in all different places, right? So it's where are your priorities, and my priority is hearing and understanding and growing connection with other people. And how can I do that if I can't hear them, right? Like, I love to hear people, I love to hear their stories, I love to hear their life, I love to hear their trials and their triumphs, and just all the things that God's doing in their lives. So of course I want hearing aids. So I got my hearing aids, and it's been about 3 months that I've had these hearing aids, and we're just going back and forth with, like, my ears are very challenging because of what they've had to do to really to fix my ears. So there's a lot of like issues with my ears. And so my ear doctor, he is the advocate for what's the best thing for your ears, right? He cares about the health of my ears, the maintenance of my ears, keeping them at their best state, like, and all those things, right? Well, I just went and saw my ear doctor. Okay, so I was seeing my hearing aid doctor, and she was helping me find the perfect fit. You know, she figured out what my hearing loss is, what my hearing needs are, and the deal is I need power. Like, that's what I'm missing in my hearing. It's not like a hearing loss, like aging, you know, slowly losing hearing. It's like I have had surgery done, so it's in the inner area that, I don't know all this stuff. That's why I go to a doctor. So excuse me if I use the wrong term and you're like some ear professional. But anyway, so there's not enough power to get the hearing through. And so that's where my struggle lies, is right there. And so she's doing her best with the hearing aids to give the power that it needs so I can hear, right? She wants me to hear my absolute best. That's her main goal. My ear doctor also wants me to hear best, but that's not his main goal. His main goal is the health and the structure and the benefit, like the bettering of my ear as a whole. So anyway, so today I went to the ear doctor after being with the hearing aid lady for, I shouldn't say lady, like sweet, amazing person. So I don't know why, the lady just sounded weird. Anywho, and seeing her for the last 3 months, back and forth, like, this doesn't fit right, this is weird, I don't know, this is itchy. I'm just like one of those problem children, you know, in my hearing aid world. So we were there today, and I was seeing my regular doctor. They're in the same building. So I was seeing my doctor. He's amazing. He's old, and he's funny, and he cares, and he's always like just amazing. So anyway, so I was talking to him, and he was concerned because I have a infection in my left ear. So he's like, I'm concerned. I really wanted these hearing aids to be the solution for you, but this is not good. Like, I do not want ear infections happening. And so he called the hearing aid lady, and like we had this conversation in front of each other where he was like, I need more ventilation in the hearing aid. And she said no. Like, it was so funny. Like, she basically was like, no, that is not good for her hearing. She won't be able to hear. Ventilation is not what will do good for her hearing, because she needs power. And if you put ventilation, it's leaky, and you don't want leaky, you want power. And so I'm just sitting there like taking this all in as they like have their passion for what they want, like they're advocating for what is best for me and my ears, and but at the same point they're willing to hear what the other person says, right, within reason. Like the ear doctor is still going to trump, but the hearing aid lady didn't, lady, sweet, amazing person. I don't know why lady, what's wrong with the word lady to me? I have no idea. Just get over it, Leanne. Anyways, so my hearing aid doctor, she was like, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was like belittling of her status of like she's a doctor, right? So anyways, maybe that's what it was. Okay, so the hearing aid doctor was like, no, like I'm gonna stand up for her hearing, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stand up for her health. And at the same point, they were still willing to hear each other and listen to each other, right? So it was just this fun little, I don't know. I just love being in the room while they were having this conversation to see their personalities. They had this like passionate like drive for what was best for me, but at the same point they had this like humble spirit, fun personalities that were coming out at the same time, and I just loved it. It was so great. And it reminded me that like we're all called to something, and are we allowing, like for me, I have really high empathy. I don't know who else is in this same boat, but I have a lot of empathy. So if there's something that I'm passionate about, sometimes the empathy will overtake it in the fact that I just sit down. Like, I know that this is what I'm passionate about, but I'm going to sit down because I don't want to make you feel bad or whatever. And I just imagine if this ear doctor was like, well, I don't want to hurt the hearing aid lady's feelings by telling her that she's wrong about the fact that, like, and if that was his stance, and I could have a bad reaction, right? I could have more infections, really bad things could happen to my ear. So he can't sit down on that, right? If he believes in it, he can't sit down on it. Same thing with the hearing aid lady. She could be like, well, I don't want her to get hearing or ear infection, so I'll just sit down. But that's not what's best for my hearing ability. So anyways, it just reminds me that we need to go all in on what we're passionate about and what our purpose is, and when we do it with the right heart, it's gonna come out, right? Like I was sitting there and I didn't take any of this offensively, or I don't think either one of them did either. It's like, I hear what you're saying, but that's not what is best for her in this area, right? Like, so, and I think both of them understood, like they knew, hey, I know you're looking out for this, and I'm looking out for this. So they had the humble humility at the same point that they had the passion. So if you're like me, and you sometimes get tripped up in the fact that you think that it's going to come across that you're not a compassionate person, or you're not an understanding person, because you full on go towards your passions and what you believe in, then I think you're missing the point, and you're missing the opportunity because you're too worried. And when you live in fear and worry, you're not serving anybody. You're not serving yourself. You're not serving the people that you love, and you're not serving this world. And as Christians, we are called to come and serve. We are called to come and serve and better this world because of what our gifts are and what our strengths are, right? So, anyways, I loved it. I just wanted to share that because I loved it, and I am excited to dig in more on this and to look for this more, because when you look for things, you grow in those things, right? What you look for grows, right? We all know that what you look for is going to grow. If you are worried about something happening with your health or with anything like that, that's going to grow. You're just going to continue to grow this fear of bad health and worries and all that, right? And if you look for what has gone so well in your health and how you've overcome, with God's help, you've overcome things in your health world, then you're going to focus on that, and those are the things that are going to be present in your life, right? So, okay, just want to share it. Love you all. Hope you're having a great day.